Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about the character of Job, or the story of Job, or the book of Job, and how it relates to eschatology, which is the end of the world and the second coming of Christ and the rapture and the final judgment and all that really good stuff. After the intro, we're going to be talking about the book of Job. So, long story short, Job, the character of Job, the book of Job, the story of Job, is very important. And basically, God made a deal with the devil. I mean, that's basically what happened. We're going to talk about it in just a couple of seconds. We're going to go and look at the passage. It's going to be absolutely awesome. But our job here in this video is not to talk about the deal that God made with the devil. Okay? What we're actually going to be doing here is we're going to be talking about cosmic apocalypticism. Okay? And it's very important to understand the cosmology of the Bible. Now, for those of you who don't know about cosmic thoughts or cosmology, basically what it means is, heaven and earth and all that stuff. It's very important to understand this element of the Bible, primarily because Jesus himself said, repent for the kingdom of God is at hand. Well, that tells you that there's very important elements about, heaven and earth and its relationship to heaven and earth, this cosmic element of the Bible that you need to understand. But before we get too far into this video, I just want to take about 20 seconds to tell you about my YouTube channel and why I think you should subscribe. First of all, this is a Bible study channel, and what we do here is study the Bible because we take the Bible seriously, and we seriously study the Bible. So if you are looking for a Bible study that's online, it's absolutely free. You just found it, and you can go ahead and click subscribe and the bell notification. Oh, and also I forgot to tell you, my name is Adam Jordan Clark, and I publish a brand new video every single day. And also, by the way, just so you know, if you are new to this YouTube channel, we are spending the entire summer of 2020, so that's June to August, the entire summer, about 90 days, talking about the end times. So that's the book of Revelation, the rapture, Matthew 24, Jesus' second coming, blah, 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 all the really fun stuff, all the really crazy stuff that people like talking about. And this video is just one video of many videos and many conversations that we're having. And if you are subscribed to the channel, let me just reassure you that this video is very, very, very important. Understanding this cosmic element of the Bible is imperative to understanding the book of Revelation. Why? Because when you read the book of Revelation, you open it up, it starts telling you about a vision. And guess what? He goes into heaven. He starts telling you, well, I'm in the throne room. And as I'm in the throne room, I'm seeing all this stuff happening. And he's talking about what happens in heaven and what happens on earth. And here's what's happening in heaven. And here's what's happening on earth. We see this balance, this cosmology. Well, the question begs itself, where did the author of Revelation get this cosmic ideology? It came from the Old Testament. It came from books like Job. So it's very important. If you're following the series, awesome, great. But this is a video that you really need to understand. You really need to come to terms with the cosmic element of the Bible. So we're going to be talking about how God made a deal with the devil today out of the book of Job so we can understand this cosmic element. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Bible. When we come to the book of Job, we learn about this character named Job. Now, I call him a character because I like to call him a character. I'm not so sure if he was a real person or not. He may have been, he may not have been. I'm not really too sure. You can let me know in the comments below if you think Job was a fictional character or a real character. But besides that point, which, by the way, is a good conversation to have, but besides that, we come down here and we will find what we are actually looking for in the section right here, which is where God made a deal with the devil. And so we can read in verse 6, it says, and it happened on that day that the sons of God came to present themselves to God, or Yahweh, and Satan also came along with them. And so Yahweh said to Satan, where have you come from, dude? And then Satan answered and said, I was roaming on the earth. The King James says, I was roaming to and fro. But here it says, roaming from the earth and walking about it. So Yahweh said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Indeed, there is no one on earth like him, a blameless man, an upright, God-fearing man, and he's turning away from evil, and he's doing all the right things that I've told him to do. And Satan answered and said, yeah, man, he sounds like a great guy. Does Job fear God for nothing? No, he's fearing God because all the things that you have given him. But I tell you what, if you take the stuff away from him, he will curse you. And God says, well, let's make a bet, buddy. And that's what they do. They make a bet. God says you can do whatever you want to him, just don't hurt his life. So Yahweh said to Satan, look and behold all the things that is in your power. Only do not stretch your hand out against him. So Satan went away from Yahweh's presence. So we have to understand something about this passage. It tells us very clearly that God comes to earth and he's walking around or whatever, and his angels come, and Satan comes there also. And God asks the question, where you come from, man? How you get here? How do you find out where we were hiding? And Satan says, well, I've been walking around on earth all this time, dude. And it's very interesting because God and the devil sit down and have a conversation. They say, well, look, you've been walking around the earth. I've been walking around the earth. We see all the people doing, however, they're living their lives however they want. But there's one guy that we found that we both agree with. His name's Job. And that one guy is a righteous and holy man, and he never does anything wrong. And Satan says, well, I'll make a deal with you, man. I'll give you, I bet you this. I bet you that if you take this stuff away from Job, he'll curse you. And God says, you know what? I'll take that bet because I believe that my servant Job will endure to the end. So I'm going to take the bet. And God says, you do whatever you want to his life, but just don't kill the man. Don't hurt the man at all. Well, the story unravels, just so you know. Satan comes in, kills his family, destroys all his stuff. And Job never curses God. So, Satan comes back to God and says, hey, man, I'm a sore loser. So let's make this a little bit better. How about I actually harm his life? And so God says, okay. And God allows Job's life to be harmed by the devil. And basically, things get really bad from there on out. Then the book turns into a conversation. So what's the point here? Well, first of all, the context is earth. But what we can clearly see from this passage, which we're all going to agree with, by the way, is that they're on earth, the devil's on earth, they're talking about a human being who's on earth, right? Planet earth, the physical earth that we are on right now, that's what this is talking about. However, the other element is the spiritual world, or the heavenly realms, if you will. Where did God come from? Where did the angels come from? They obviously don't live here on planet earth. Okay, they live somewhere else. But in this particular moment, we see them come together on one solid place. We see God overlooking the earth. We see Satan walking around on the earth. And ultimately, what we can clearly see is that there is this cosmic element to the Bible. Okay? And so this is the foundation to understanding the book of Revelation. This is the foundation to understanding cosmic apocalypticism. It's where you have the heavens up here and you have earth down here. And whatever happens up here on heaven is actually happening down here on earth. We see that in this story right now. Job's life would have never been ruined had it not been for what happened in heaven beforehand. What happened beforehand? Well, God made a deal with the devil. And the result of that is Job's life being destroyed. Okay, so this is the foundation of cosmic apocalypticism. The principle is this: whatever happens in heaven is going to translate down here to earth. And that's why when you read Daniel and the book of Revelation, you see all this stuff happening in heaven, all these beasts and creatures, and they're fighting and all this stuff. And it somehow or way translates, it trickles down here to earth. The idea is very simple. Whatever is happening in the heavenly realm is actually happening down here on earth. That's kind of the idea. It's very important to understand this because when you open up the book of Revelation and you start reading it and you begin to understand this stuff, if you're missing the cosmic element of the Bible, you're going to get it all wrong. You're going to get all of it wrong. You're going to get the entire book of Revelation wrong because you don't understand what's happening literally. Listen, if you like this video, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. All you got to do is just comment below. ask your questions, and I'll try and help you out as best as I can. Let me know what you think about the deal with the devil that God made, and let me know about the fictional character thing. I think that's a very interesting conversation to have. I have some more playlists up here if you want to go check them out. Don't forget to click the big red A, because when you do, you subscribe to the channel, and you get a brand new video just like this every single day. My name's Adam Jordan Clark. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.